Hey there, this is Minipots, and I have something else to show you. So recently I did a unboxing of stuff from Spruedude, and I had these two basing mixes, is what he's labeling them as. Um, and I thought, let's give it a shot, so I ordered some. This is going to be applied over, I do Vallejo Diorama FX. And I'm using my fancy applicator here, otherwise known as a toothpick. And I got this knowing it was a risk because I have my tried and true methods, which I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's just certain ways I want to try something, and I or certain ways, certain times I'll try something. And I have these minis that I just finished that needed basing, and then I'll do the rim on them. And of course, let's throw the mini. The idea here is I'm using this and then I'm going to dip it in the mix. Now I have the two mixes and I have two sets of minis here, and they're for different things. Now this is for Silver Bayonet, but I'll use it for other games. I'll use it for Psalm 28 and probably could be even for Forbidden Psalm. And I'm not real, it was working better the other day. And that's what I did. And so that's something I'm enjoying about the idea of Silver Bayonet, is that it could be for a lot of different, the minis that you get with it can work with a lot of different games. Like if you wanted to do something for Devilry Afoot, or some of the other miniature agnostic, if you were doing the 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, I think some of them would work. Obviously the Napoleonic, well, it's up to your game, but won't work so well. But we don't have guns. I got used to the idea of guns and fantasy from Warhammer, which is not necessarily. I think Pathfinder has guns in it. I never played a lot of Pathfinder, really. I played some with a couple of guys that like it, and so I know that there's different things in Pathfinder than there is in D&D, but I think some of the, like you could do probably, oh god, the science fiction setting, not the Spelljammer, although Spelljammer has some sort of futuristic weapons. I know someone's going to bring up the S3, what is that called? Oh, and of course I'm flying this all out of focus. Damn it. Sorry about that. Uh, so I have these two done, And I'll show you how I'm going to do, actually I'm going to do one more, and I'm doing the same mix on all of them. And these minis have that little puddle that's metal, and I'm going to go through and make sure there's some of this and sort of forming a sticky base to it. And this is something which I wouldn't have done before. I started doing it recently, and I've been happy with the results. Now I have on a sword, which no good. Hobgoblin wood. Now these are hobgoblins in silver bayonet, and I think in the range there for Morians, like something like that from a different. I think these were originally carved by Priestley, if I read the little tab right. No, it's an I think. Don't hold me to it. So I've got those two, and we're gonna do my vampire critter, and then I will do a quick reveal. So it's way down there. Normally I have a longer tool. I couldn't find that. And so I've been using a toothpick and one of those little spade things. And I don't know, my 5-year-old that likes to pick up everything, has been in my room recently, and there's a high probability, sorry for my arm, that he picked it up and skedaddled with it. And I'm just being careful, and I'll probably should have a wet something. I'm going to use both. Now, I felt that the vampire would be a little bit more at home in the sort of a graveyardy uh, stuff. So I was going to use the trench foot on him, and the other guy I was going to do the Black Forest, Night Forest. The mentioning that, if you happen to think of, well, I see that the Night Goblins, the old Warhammer Night Goblins, would make some really great red caps. And why am I looking for red caps? Because there are red caps in Devilry Afoot. And I wanted to have. Now that's the problem I'm having, is that the minis tend to roll. I've not been able to varnish these because the weather's been chilly where we are. And so I will varnish them once this is done and dry. I think tomorrow will be in the mid to high 60s, so my varnish I will warm up and take it from there. zoom back out. So that's what I've done. I've done those three. I'm doing it sort of as a comparison, I think. Going to add a little bit of water to my mix. And that's the problem where we are. The weather is so dry. So my idea was, as I said, that these felt a little bit more graveyardy. And that's, I know, I'm stereotyping there. I don't like that. But, and then in this case, what I may do is I have some tomorrow or the next day, I will apply some Elmer's, watered down Elmer's glue and fill up the little tiny spots there that are should have done this on paper. That way I could have saved the stuff that spills off. Oh well. But I thought that looked pretty cool, and I'll give a better close up. So this is the night forest. What this is, it's a little bit of everything. It has some sticks. It has some of the roots or coconut fiber, and the black stuff is plastic, and I'm not sure if it's from dead 3D prints or whatnot, but it looks cool on the base, and everything's a little bit different size, but it feels appropriate. Now this one I had a little bit more. I did a trial run of this yesterday to see how it would work out and what it looked, make sure I was going to be able to get the results I wanted. I think some of the stuff is a little bit too big to stick, but and there we go. Now after this, I will paint my rim black. Sometimes I do the, what is it called? Parasite brown, but I will do the black. And I will be there we go. I like that. I think he looks pretty cool. And so we have here, and I did, these are the practice models I did yesterday. Bigger guy, I'm able to get more area around him, but and I did the thing of seeing what fell off, and it seems to be holding okay. And I think with a application of my glue mixture, I think it'll bring everything a little bit flatter. And if I want to put a tuft on either one of these, or a skull or something, I got it going on. So there we go. And these are the basing materials by Spruedude basing mix. There's right now only 2 to choose from, but I was very pleased by them with them. Well worth it. I think they're $6.99. They might be a little bit less than that. I'll look and I'll put it in the notes. Thank you very much. Remember to like and subscribe, and everyone, happy hobbying. If you have any ideas about future things you might want to see, let me know. Thank you. Appreciate it.